Now, San Diego real estate is a short tail keyword. Someone who's new to the area might type that in looking for real estate related information. What do we know about this person if they're new to the area? They're just getting their home search started. So the buying cycle in general for short tail keyword consumers, probably 3 to 6 months. The chances of you getting someone off a short tail keyword to come to your site, register, get in the car and buy a house this weekend, pretty slim. Pretty slim. So you have to know what we're talking about. When we're generating traffic from short tail keywords, yes, we're going to generate a lot of traffic. We're going to get leads. But keep in mind that these leads might not be converted into clients for 3 to 6 months down the road. So be sure to have systems in place to maintain contact with these people so they don't forget about you, so that when they do get hot, when they are ready to make that move, when they are ready to go looking firsthand, they go in your car and not somebody else's. So we got to make sure that we have the follow-up systems in place to maintain a high level of contact with these consumers. Now, conversely, an example of a long tail keyword, Gaslamp District condos. The Gaslamp District, for those of you that are not from San Diego, is a section of San Diego's downtown San Diego, kind of the trendy place to be, a lot of condos down there. And if I'm a single person or just graduated from college, I set up shop in San Diego, I want to buy my first home, good chance I want to buy a condo in the Gaslamp District. Okay. Now, the competition here, we're going down. Remember, San Diego, the long tail, short tail keyword, 71 million results. The long tail keyword, only 37,800 results. What's that say about our competition, folks, for this keyword? Much, much, much smaller. Much smaller. What do you think the cost for the pay-per-click ads? Much, much lower. Where for San Diego real estate, you may have been paying, $3 to $10 a click to be on that first page. For something like Gaslamp District condos, with much, much less competition, we're probably under $1 a click, and that's where it gets more cost effective, ladies and gentlemen. When we're paying less than $2 a click, it might start making sense to leverage the pay-per-click advertising. Okay, so we're paying a lot less money per click with the keyword Gaslamp District condos. Also, the consumer that's typing in this keyword probably done some research. Well, heck, they already know they want to live in the Gaslamp District. So the chances of converting this person into a client could be higher because they're probably more ready to go. And B, the chances of getting them into a property within the next 30 days are also much higher because these people have already done some research. They've already spent the 2 or 3 months playing around on websites with San Diego real estate as the keyword. Now they've identified their specific area. Now they just want to live in the Gaslamp District. So they're going to leverage this keyword and hopefully find your website if you specialize in that in that long tail. So when it comes to driving traffic to your website and leveraging pay-per-click, the biggest thing is time, effort, and energy. Okay? It's going to take some time to manage your keywords. You got to manage and track your advertising and maintain click-through rates. Remember, folks, Google makes money when you click. If you have ads, even if you're bidding $25 a click and it gets you in the top placement on that first page of Google, if no one clicks on your ad, they make no money and you make no money. So you have to maintain a specific level of click-through. So just because you're willing to spend a lot, but you put a bunch of jibber-jabber in your ad and no one clicks on it, doesn't do you any good, doesn't do Google any good. So if you don't have a level of click-through, no matter how much you're going to be offering to bid on that placement, you're not going to get there. So you have to be very careful and make sure you're writing an effective ad in order to generate the traffic that we're looking for. So when we talk about creating an ad, this is what we're talking about here. You have your highlight, you have your hook here, and then a brief description of what people are going to see. As you can tell here, you don't have a lot of space to get your point across. So the goal is to tease them and get them into your personal website where that's where the real selling happens. Okay. Now we all know the number one reason people are on especially on a search engine looking for real estate information. The number one thing, guys, is property listings. So make sure that's what you have in your advertising. Okay? San Diego condos for sale. Search all San Diego condos for sale. Free MLS, no hidden addresses. Boom. If I'm looking for a condo in San Diego, there's a good chance I might click on this ad because I know that, hey, I can search for the listings and there's no hidden addresses. I get to see all the addresses. Okay? One of the better ads that worked really well for me is, hey, the most complete database of homes for sale in blank area. Pictures and virtual tours. Click here. And direct them straight into your property search. Now, when they're in the property search, they're looking at properties on your website. Even if you're allowing people to view listings without registering, you're the main point of contact on every listing that's viewed on the site. Don't underestimate that, folks. So even if you don't force people to leave their contact information when they come to your website in order to view listings, you are still viewed as the main point of reference for all the listings that are being viewed there. So there's a good chance that you're still going to get a call, okay? But the problem with that is that not everyone might be willing to register, and we want people to register. So because when people register, then as sales professionals, as agents, we can be proactive and follow up. So it's very important that, although, the lead capture strategy we're going to talk about in much more detail next week, something that for you guys to think about is, hey, when I get people to my website, do I want to instantly ask them for their contact information, or do I want to let them play on my site for a while and then ask them for contact information? Or do I just want to let them play on my website, and when they're ready, they'll call me and take a more passive approach? That's up to you. I would take the middle road personally. I'd say, well, come to my website. You can view a few listings, but then I'm going to ask you to register. And I think that's the most effective way to get serious or qualified people to register, because you show them what they'll see. And then ask for their contact information. And if they like what they saw and they want to see more, they'll gladly give it to you. If they don't like what they saw, they don't like the format of the listings on your website, whatever reason, they don't like your picture. God knows that probably happens to me a lot. Nobody likes my picture. They don't want to leave their information. They go on somewhere else. That's okay. All right. So we'll talk about that more in detail next week when we talk about lead generation. So monetary costs, you get the ability to set your budget when you do pay-per-click. There's no minimum when you do it yourself. But expect to spend $300 to $500 a month to actually get deals, because it is a large numbers game. You do have to get quite a bit of traffic, quite a bit of leads, quite a bit of traffic to get the necessary amount of leads to get deals. And my experience is between $300 to $500 a month is an effective budget to have to be able to get enough traffic, to get enough leads to feed your business. Now, if you want to hit the easy button with regards to pay-per-click, meaning you want to take advantage of pay-per-click advertising, but you don't want to track the keywords, you don't want to set everything up, you want someone to do it for you, we happen to do that here at Property Minder. So if you go to our website, propertyminder.com, click on marketing, click on real estate PPC, we do everything at a flat rate of $1.90 per click. So just fill in the information and our representatives will be happy to help you out there. Okay. So we talked a little bit about pay-per-click. We talked about how we can leverage it to drive traffic to our websites. What about this section here in the middle? You probably heard me mention that the middle section, when it comes to real estate or when it comes to traffic, the natural search results get quite a bit more clicks, quite a bit more traffic, because the consumer knows that, okay, well, Google's already, looked through all these sites and they say that for San Francisco real estate, in this example, these are the most relevant websites with the information I'm most likely looking for. Now, does Google know it all? No, they don't. They come close, though. Okay, so they do get quite a bit more traffic in the natural search results. Now, to appear in the natural search results, competing with 31,400,000 other websites, which is what they happen to find only in about half a second, by the way. I'm sure there's more. we have to be one of the 10 best to be on that first page. And that takes a technique called search engine optimization. Now, the bad news when it comes to search engine optimization is there's tons of competition for the biggest keywords. Right? San Diego real estate had 71 million. San Francisco, 31 million. So a lot of competition. In order to do it, to pay someone else to do it is a very high cost. To do it naturally, to do it yourself, it's a full-time job. You'll spend more time on search engine optimization, writing articles, doing blogs, linking your site to all your friends, all the lovely things that these companies do. You will not have any time to show any property, to hold any open houses, to input listing data into the MLS. You won't have time to do it. So to get there naturally, it's a full-time job. And we're talking about the short tail keywords, guys, the broad general ones. To optimize your website for the long tail keywords is not nearly as involved, and it could be something you might want to explore. All right? But there's companies out there, search engine optimization, SEO specialty companies, that will guarantee that you get on the front page. To be in the natural search results, it's expensive. Anywhere from $2 to $5 to possibly up to $10,000 per month for those short tail keywords like San Francisco or San Diego real estate. Now, I've been approached by several companies in the past few months. I don't know why, usually at the end of the year is when they do a lot of their telemarketing. But they're pay-per-click companies or SEO companies that will offer to optimize my website for a much more nominal fee, like $75 up to $300 per month. But the keywords that they offer are very obscure. So if you do get those telemarketing calls, folks, be careful and do your research before committing to giving them any money. Because if you're spending $300 a month for a very obscure keyword or a very long tail keyword like gas lamp district condos, and someone offers you, hey, we'll put you on the first page of Google for $300 a month for that, you might be better off doing the pay-per-click, because there may not be enough traffic generated to your website to make it worthwhile for those obscure keywords. So just be very, very careful. When you go through Google to do your keywords for pay-per-click, when you're setting up your keywords, there's a ton of analytical information they provide. They'll tell you how many on average, how many searches or how many results for that specific keyword are run on Google every day. So when someone does offer to SEO for a specific obscure keyword, go to your Google pay-per-click account, type in that keyword, and see how much traffic is generated on a daily basis. How many times do consumers put that keyword into the search field in Google? Google will tell you that information. And if the number of impressions or if the number of times people do that every day is very small, then it makes absolutely no sense to pay that money to a third-party company when you can just set up a pay-per-click account for that same keyword and spend a third of that, maybe less than $10 for the same amount of impressions and the same amount of marketing that those guys will offer you for $300, because that's where they make their money. So be very, very careful when being approached by third-party companies. Okay. The good news about search engine optimization is you do get lots and lots of traffic. And it is a fixed cost for unlimited leads. So I know that, hey, no matter how many leads come through, I'm only going to spend X number of dollars on search engine optimization.